Well, we've heard from the Detroit police chief who says that they arrested 5 people. That was as of earlier this night. So definitely very different from the more than 60 people arrested the night before. And while there was clashing, you can see back there just behind me that there are barricades set up blocking the street. Police said they wanted to support the protesters' right to peacefully demonstrate. But at some point in the night, that unrest grew, and you can see that some of those barricades are tipped over. There are porta potties here on the side also tipped over. Also, as we kind of spin around and walk around here, you can see a number of things on the ground. I've counted close to a dozen canisters of tear gas. Here are a couple right here. The car just drove by, here in the crosswalk. So things definitely got intense. One of our reporters, 7 Action News reporter Rudy Harper, was here covering it all. Take a look. Chanting for justice for George Floyd and calling for change. Hundreds took to the street for a second night in Detroit, taking over the street, at one point stopping traffic, marching onto the 375 freeway.
We allowed them to go onto a restricted freeway.
Among the demonstrators, faith leaders were visible joining the march.
And if you're a pastor, you're supposed to feed the sheep and protect the sheep. I can't hide behind the pulpit in this hour. I have to be here for my people.
As the hours passed, day turned to night, the unrest grew. Faith leaders tried to intervene, but some in the crowd turned violent.
You could see that the agitation of the group was starting to grow. And it was at that point we said, and then they started propelling various objects at the officers.
7 Action News reporter Rudy Harper was there in the middle of the chaos as anger grew.
The situation got out of hand. People started throwing things at officers, started throwing rocks, water bottles. Someone threw a firework.
Police deployed multiple rounds of tear gas to disperse the crowd.
We're patient, but when you start attacking the police officers, that's when enough is enough.
Our crew saw fireworks continue to be set off as more tear gas was deployed.
Some of them were throwing rocks, firecrackers, water bottles at officers. You just heard another loud boom.
The crowd finally dispersed around 1 o'clock in the morning. No injuries or significant damage was reported. Police Chief James Craig says they are prepared for more demonstrations today.
We're going to be here in full force. We're going to continue to remain very professional. Again, we support the protests. We do not support law breakers.
Back out here live, we're seeing not only tear gas on the ground, but rocks, as you can see there, another rock over there. Police Chief James Craig said they had discovered later on in the evening that a couple of people had brought in coolers on wheels filled with bricks and rocks and things like that. So there were some people that appear to have arrived with the intent of causing some trouble. But when you see what's happening around the country, I think there are many who are grateful things didn't erupt or grow any more violent here in Detroit. There are more plans for more protests and demonstrations again today. And of course, we'll continue to bring you that coverage. Reporting live in Detroit, I'm Jennifer Ann Wilson, 7 Action News.
All right. Thanks so much, Jennifer Ann, for that update.